How's it going? Today's Friday. We're taking a look at new, interesting projects, I guess, up there, and some of the things happening up there in the market, right? In this video, we're gonna be taking a look at autonomy's reusable fighter jet. I thought all of those reusable. Either perhaps because of its design, right? Some of those are not necessarily can be reused, I guess. Let's try to understand a little bit better this project. This project is called Anduril. Anduril. That's the name of the project. And let's try to understand a little bit better of what they're looking to solve with this project and what's happening. Somewhere online, I was watching interview the CEO of this company giving to media about overall projection or perhaps opinions about what's happening with the industry. Myself, it seems like the person CEO is very interesting, has very interesting personality, I guess, when it comes to perhaps our knowledge, wealth of knowledge when it comes to perhaps developing some of the systems. Starting in where from perhaps how much of the challenge would be hardware or software. So the challenge that we are looking about some of those autonomous systems would be more of the software and perhaps less than the hardware. Both of these areas are important, but would be more of the software solutions, right? That we where we'll be taking a look at, as well as himself. He really has been with the industry for very long. He's operating within US, and he had the chance to spend some time in China and take a look at some of the systems that are always how they operating there, which is kind of interesting idea, as well as he had himself launched a number of projects that he have later sold to top tech giants, right? But either way, coming back to this particular project, right? We're taking a look at autonomous systems, and it will be as much of the hardware as it is the software, but more of the software, right? So why I'm saying this, right? If I will meet a lot of people who are interested in similar systems, all of those people would focus only on the hardware, only on the hardware. If anything, I would like to bring more people's attention that it would be if you are going to think only about the hardware and ignore the software, perhaps you should take a look at the software as well, I guess. That's perhaps some of those people that I'm meeting. Occasionally, I'm talking to you about how to solve some of those problems and how importance of the software, right? Seems that they have launched it four different projects, right? Or it can be considered air systems. First one would be Roadrunner, and design reminds me a lot of what's happening with some of the top projects in Turkey, right? The design reminds a lot about there, right, and what they are doing there. Twin turbine, VTOL, autonomous air vehicles, AAVs. Roadrunner. Roadrunner is a reusable vertical takeoff and landing VTOL, operator supervised autonomous air vehicle with twin turbine engine and modular payload. Configurations can be supported in a variety of missions. Roadrunner M is a high explosive interceptor variant of Roadrunner built for ground-based air defense that can rapidly launch, identify, intercept, and destroy a wide variety of aerial threats, or be safely recovered and relaunched at net zero costs. Right. Again, we're looking to solve a very particular problem with this vehicle, right? Some of those problems can be price and be some of the projects out there for one of those similar to this particular design can be a price tag. We're looking about $40,000, right, $20,000, and they're looking to intercept exactly the same design vehicles with those $20,000 markup vehicles, right? So again, we're looking to solve a very particular problem and with what are alternatives within the market, right? So perhaps there would be more to it. Looking from perhaps sidelines, right? That's how I understood it, right? Perhaps these people are looking to solve completely different problems, right? And how we will power up some of those vehicles, right? And what will the marks, perhaps prices. That's my own understanding, right? Perhaps we would price it in tens of millions. I don't know. Next project, I thought it might be worth taking a look at. Very sleek design, right? It looks great. I don't know if it works, but it looks great. Accelerating autonomy into operational reality. Uh, then you are taking a look at some of the price tags. Hopefully, it's some of those projects been priced reasonably compared to alternatives in the market, right? And especially when we're taking a look at operating costs, right? So since you might just need to have a tower, not necessarily you would need to have operator, right? Or perhaps you can have an option for that, but perhaps how we would price some of those projects, it might be more optimal. Myself, when I'm taking a look at those projects, hopefully nobody will buy it. Hopefully nobody will buy it, right? If I can't recommend it enough, right? Perhaps everyone should develop their own projects instead of purchasing those projects, right? If someone build it, great. Keep doing what you're doing. Others might build even better projects, and then they can compete against one another, right? Instead of purchasing some of those technologies, right? Build their own projects. That will be way more an effective way of leveraging knowledge, expertise, and long term, perhaps short term, it might be painful developing some of those projects, but long term, that would be more of the sound decision, right? This kind of design, I have expertise to build it myself, perhaps not as good as this particular design, and I don't know about software and what kind of software solutions they are using. But if it would require perhaps a knowledge of 5 to 10 years to do something like that. If we take a look just at hardware, right? So it's not necessarily that hard to do to build prototype, right? I don't know about scaling and or perhaps all the information that I would be able to access on the company's website, as well as what kind of software they might have in there, right? As well as we're not necessarily be interested in discussing such things like top speed, payload, and all of those other areas. Perhaps they're not necessarily be able to share. I'll try to read some of the things that they would share on the organization's website. But if anything, I would highly recommend you developing your own technology. That's what I'm saying, right? And then, just for fun, compete one against one another, right? So a person who is building this kind of project, he would have some of the competition going right in the market. Otherwise, with all those fat paychecks, it would be just dominant force in the market, right? Where is the fun in that? Even right now, right? I'm currently within staying and operating within UK, right? So if I would be looking to purchase materials, right, there's perhaps just a handful of companies who can solve the materials to build something like that. Some of the top companies for materials right now in Europe, that would be perhaps Poland and Germany. For the time I have discussed how to purchase those materials, everything, they would begin building their own. I already know it. They will begin, if they haven't already. They will do by the time I source all the materials. By the time I start building it, they would start building their own things. Designed for accelerated fielding. Leverage advanced rapid prototyping design engineering and open and modular systems designed to accelerate the speed from prototyping to production. Okay, right. Okay, I don't know if it's working prototype. Perhaps it will be a case where what happened to Turkey, right? Where recently there was in the newspapers, right, where Turkey would like to purchase some of those fighting jets, and I think there was a big no coming from some of the countries where they would not necessarily sell some of the new technologies or perhaps top cutting edge technologies to Turkey. This is what's currently happened in the past 2 weeks, right? So Turkey need to develop their own technology. Otherwise, you can fight for scraps, right? So perhaps they would build something. So if currently they're working with fifth generation, right? They might be able to sell second generation, right? That's the way how things do work, right? So just avoid all of that. Cut all of that. Cut everything, and do your own thing, right? Just do your own thing. Let's move to the next one. This video is gonna be too long, right? Next project that would be Ghost. Future-proof UAS platform. Ghost is expeditionary, quiet, and modular UAS platform that delivers intuitive autonomy at the tactical edge, balancing extended range and multi-payload capacity with expenditure footprint. Right. So basically, this it would be sort of from engineering standpoint of view, right? Again, we're not disclosing any information there about capabilities. What we're talking about, 24 hours, 48 hours. We know how much we can keep it in the air, as well as the weight. And once you have this platform, what you can attach to this platform, and what kind of things you can do, right? So there's a lot of systems, and it's kind of an interesting project. I'll skip all of that just because this video is going to be too long. I'll like to add to a screenshot for those of you who are interested, and the link in the description to check some of those projects out, right? And the last project that would be Altis, the Agile Launch Tactical Integrated Unmanned System. Altis is incredibly versatile platform that can be launched from ground, air, or sea to conduct multiple mission types of include standoffs, ISR&T, kinetic engagement, RF destroy, signing, comms, relay, and cyber warfare. Altus M delivers best in class loitering time and range while leveraging autonomy and execute collaborative timing and coordinated strikes. Oh, okay, right. I mean, it's all the projects are very interesting, right? I would like to say hi to CEO, right? I would like to say hi. I find this kind of projects very interesting, right? But themselves, and they're not necessarily interested in perhaps showing some of the projects that they are working on. But all the projects are very interesting. For people who are interested, there's going to be, as I mentioned, our organization at the website below. If you'd like to learn more, I have published a journal info. Within this journal, I'm sharing a lot of information with the people who are interested in learning more. In particular, I'm focusing on routines, right? Once you have a feeling that you want to do more or progress or perhaps address some of those issues in the way how you're currently managing your time, I would highly recommend into building a habit, right? Willpower will last for so long, right? Hopefully, it would last for longer, but perhaps having a structure, approaching a day in a planned manner would make a big difference. If you want to pick up this journal, I would highly recommend to work from cover to cover. That would be enough to give you a chance to develop a habit. 90 days, right? Everyone's recommending after 70 days, 65 days, 90 days, just staying on the safe side. Every page would be 24-hour windows and how to optimize those 24 hours. You can find it in QR code in the corner and company's website below. Uh, the project itself and the team, it seems that they know what they're doing, right? And if you are interested, I highly recommend to checking them out, right? And if anything, perhaps that would be another project, right? Some talented people, it seems that they have large number of projects. Uh, do what you like, right? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.